off the field, selling beer and taking tickets and cleaning hotel rooms and driving taxis, and all about to lose their meal ticket. Mike Jensen, NBC News, New York.
When we come back in a moment, the president's health care plan. How is it doing today? Also tonight, dealing with teenage pregnancy. One city with a high-tech solution that seems to work. And the latest from inside the Rwandan refugee camps, it's still a very desperate scene.
Warmed my soul.
Smitty, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Whoever heard of a cold cereal that made you feel warm all over? Quaker Honey Nut Toasted Oatmeal, honey and almonds, and crunchy little oatmeal oats on top.
Warmed my soul.
Hi, Lori. Hi, Mom, Dad.
Quaker Toasted Oatmeal.
That's better.
It's cold,
But it warms my soul.
You just bought a new Honda Accord DX for over 14 grand. Man, is it hot out. You go to turn on the air conditioning and guess what? It's not there. That Accord you just bought doesn't come with air conditioning, not to mention all this other stuff. No kidding. Just think, you could have had all that and more with the Achieva Special Edition, which sells for just $13,995. You will be. It's your money.
It's an amazing feat. And of course, it's Price Pfister who engineered it. A never-before fusion of style, technology, and price. Featuring a fantastic lifetime valve that makes fail-proof faucets both possible and affordable. So fail-proof, they'll work flawlessly forever. Fail-proof, affordable, forever yours, Price Pfister. The fabulous faucet with the funny name.
The latest on the health care debate now. It's continuing in the Senate today with the Democrats back on the offensive, but in the House, there is talk of a delay that could mean big trouble for the president. Here's NBC's Lisa Myers tonight on Capitol Hill.
Tired of playing defense, Democrats today ripped into the Republican health care plan, portraying it as a sham.
If the Dole bill passes, millions of Americans are just out of luck.
30 million people still are without any insurance. Some 6 million children are still without any insurance. Older people still have to live with the terror of either not being covered because of a sickness or having to pay 4 times what others pay.
However, to the surprise of his colleagues, one moderate Democrat refused to follow the script, saying Republican leader Bob Dole's bill isn't all that bad.
Unlike some who've urged me to come to the floor and say it's a sham, I don't believe it is a sham. I see principles in this bill that are similar to principles that I have.
Some Democrats also raised eyebrows by turning their fire on the Democratic plan written by Majority Leader George Mitchell. Cole of Wisconsin complained that the bill created more than 20 new mandatory spending programs.
We fool ourselves if we believe the American people want us to create scores of new and expensive programs.
The White House is trying to reduce public fears with daily ads starring the president. Mr. Clinton said this last night.
First, if you have insurance now, you don't have any real risk because you can keep what you've already got.
Some experts say that's not correct, that roughly 30% of Americans who now have insurance can't keep what they've got. They will have to upgrade their policies under the Mitchell bill and in many cases pay higher premiums.
Everybody will have to have that uniform benefit package. If your current insurance doesn't have it, you'll have to get the insurance that does.
Meanwhile, the AARP, the nation's largest elderly lobby, was getting an earful today from rank-and-file members unhappy with its endorsement of the Democratic health plans.
Don't just support a cobbled-up bill just to provide support for Clinton's agenda. Right. Let's have something that's right.
Tonight, more bad news for the president in the House. Action on health reform will be delayed at least a week because of problems with budget estimates. That means members can go home, and every time they do, support for the president's effort drops. Lisa Myers, NBC News, the Capitol.
Also in Washington, from now on, all administration officials will be barred from accepting travel or accommodations from anyone outside the government. This presidential order today, as Agriculture Secretary Mike Espy now is under investigation for taking trips paid for by executives from the chicken industry. Now the latest twist in the O.J. Simpson saga, a trip to the hospital and surgery for the defendant. NBC's Larry Carroll has details on that.
Simpson was brought to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center before dawn this morning. Less than 3 hours later, he was back in his jail cell, recovering from a minor surgical procedure to remove a lymph node from his armpit.
The procedure was performed without any complications. The patient fared very well.
Simpson's condition was first revealed on the night he was arrested.
During the 2 days that Dr. Heisinger was treating Mr. Simpson, he observed a lymph node under his armpit.
Doctors say a swollen lymph node could be anything from an infection to cancer. Initial tests indicate Simpson's node is benign, but more tests are being performed. Carl Douglas, a member of the defense team, visited Simpson this morning.
He's in a good mood. As I say, he's a little sore, but he's doing well.
Prisoners needing treatment are usually taken to the Los Angeles County Hospital near the jail, but arrangements for private hospitalization are often made when the prisoner agrees to pay for treatment, transportation, and overtime for deputies providing security. O.J. Simpson is expected to be fully recovered by his next court appearance next Wednesday. Larry Carroll, NBC News, Los Angeles.
In Anchorage, Alaska today, a federal jury awarded more than $286 million to fishermen. That's compensation for the losses they suffered after the Exxon Valdez oil spill, which was 5 years ago. When we come back here in a moment, another controversial approach to fighting teenage pregnancy.
The interior of the new Honda Accord creates an open environment. It's roomy and comfortable and available in fine leather. The reinforced body is insulated to be quieter than ever. When you consider everything the new Accord has to offer, it becomes an open and shut case. The new Accord EX from Honda.
Tell me there's a better pain reliever because it works all day. I'm interested. Tell me it's Tylenol. I'm there.
Introducing new Tylenol Extended Relief. For tough headaches and body aches, its unique bi-layer system has more medicine than ever, so it relieves pain up to twice as long as before.
I put in a lot of hours out here. Now my pain reliever does too. For me, it's the best Tylenol ever.
New Tylenol Extended Relief, because a full day's work deserves a full day's relief.
Now, the NBC Nightly News Data Bank. Nightly News continues in a moment.
Is the gray in your mustache or beard making you look too old? Now there's Just for Men Brush-In Color Gel, specially for the hard-to-color hair of mustaches and beards. This brush-in gel stays put to penetrate hard-to-color hair. In 5 minutes, rinse. Your mustache or beard blends with your natural hair color, and it won't fade or wash out.
Now, that's a lot better.
Just for Men Color Gel from the leader in men's hair coloring.
On America Close Up tonight, we're going to talk about dealing with teenage pregnancy. It's one thing to talk about this problem. Doing something, that's much harder. NBC's Brahima Ellis tonight, however, is at a school in Baltimore where the solution being tried is on the cutting edge of medicine.
The Lawrence Paquin School is for teenagers who are pregnant or have children. While finishing high school, they're also learning about birth control. Of the 300 students here, 40 are using Norplant. It's 6 small capsules inserted in the arm.
I've had many of things that I could look at, that I could read on the Norplant so that it could help me make my decision that it was right for me.
Norplant has been available at Paquin for the last year and a half. It's the latest of several birth control options.
Older girls chose it. Girls who had more than one kid and girls who were working and going to school chose Norplant. Younger girls did not.
Paquin was the first school in the country to offer Norplant. The girls come here to the school-based clinic where the capsules are implanted. Officials are not pushing Norplant as the answer for all teenagers, but it is one solution for some girls looking for long-term birth control. After Mary Morris's baby was born, she wanted a contraceptive that she didn't have to think about. She chose Norplant.
You can't hardly see it, and you can barely feel it.
These are the Norplant capsules. And you see they're very soft. They're extremely soft and flexible.
It takes about 15 minutes to insert the contraceptive capsules. They're made up of progestin, a synthetic hormone which is also used in the pill.
Norplant prevents pregnancy for 5 years. It can be removed at any time, and fertility is restored in 48 hours.
Norplant is not new. It is only new to the United States. It's been approved in over 20 countries worldwide.
But it's not perfect. It affects the menstrual cycle, can cause headaches and weight gain. The cost is about $700 for insertion and removal. A 5-year supply of birth control pills would cost about $1,400. And it was partly the heavy cost of teen pregnancy to Baltimore's economy that led the city to offer Norplant in the schools. 1 out of every $8 of the city's budget goes to direct cost of teen pregnancy.
So it's a significant problem in the city, and we feel that in addition to pushing abstinence, in addition to offering other contraceptives, we also need to offer contraceptives to those young people who are going to still be sexually active.
21-year-old Consuelo Laws had Norplant inserted after the birth of her second child. She graduated from Paquin, got a job in Atlanta, and is taking control of her life.
It didn't make me more sexually active. It just made me more aware about myself.
It also made teenagers more apt to use condoms. They understand Norplant is protection against pregnancy, but not against sexually transmitted diseases.
Constance Warren, English 2, 90. Biology 1.
Early studies at Paquin show Norplant works for some teenagers, but experts say with 80% of Baltimore high school students sexually active, there's no quick solution to teen pregnancy. Norplant is just one more option. For America Close-Up, Rahima Ellis, NBC News, Baltimore.
And tonight as well, there is news of possible evidence of yet another benefit of common aspirin. Researchers at Yale say that preliminary studies in the test tube show that aspirin may help people with HIV prevent AIDS. Doctors stressed that this is a preliminary study. Results of clinical trials will be much more meaningful. When Nightly News continues in a moment, the Rwandan refugees, the struggle goes on for what food there is.
As a company from the U.S., we at Caterpillar have become the world leader in earth-moving equipment. Sometimes we help build bridges. Sometimes we help build roads or dams. But one of the jobs we're proudest of is something we help tear down. Caterpillar.
My friend Reba says, Cheryl, you gotta try Crispix. It doesn't end up tasting soggy and yucky. Yeah, like she knows. Oh, sure. It tastes terrific now, but once that milk soaks in... well, it'll never make it to the end.
Kellogg's Crispix cereal stays tasty to the end.
Okay, last bite. So what's it gonna taste like, porridge or mush? How do you like that? It still tastes fabulous. You know, Reba only had taste of men like she has in her cereal.
Go ahead. Ask your dermatologist. Hey, magazines will tell you. Your really good friends will even tell you. The alpha-hydroxy acids in Alpha Hydrox can reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles because Alpha Hydrox is an exfoliant.
And now there's an Alpha Hydrox formula for dry, oily, normal, and sensitive skin for under $10.
Are you listening? Or are you too busy looking for new wrinkles? Alpha Hydrox at drug, grocery, and discount stores.
Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers have a system for repairs. The focal point is the service advisor. He's the primary customer contact in diagnosing problems and allocating all the resources to get the job done in the quickest, most economical way.
We'll get this car on the road.
He can help save you time, he can help save you money, and you can only find him at a Ford or Lincoln Mercury dealer. Quality care, where the quality continues.
If you take painkillers for headaches, get ready for some surprising news. The pills may be making your problem worse. Find out why. Paulie Phillips, Dateline, tonight.
It's been almost a month now since more than 1 million Rwandans started crossing into Zaire, and even with many returning home, there is no sign that the camp misery is near its end. For an update, here's NBC's Keith Miller tonight.
There is no end to the squalor, misery, and death stalking the Rwandan refugee camps. Food, 360 tons a day, is reaching the camps. Defeated Rwandan soldiers take theirs first. Fights for food have killed 4 this week. To cook what food they get, the refugees must trek 6 miles to cut firewood. They're stripping Zaire's national forest of everything they can burn. There's plenty of water, but the distribution system is so primitive, it can take 3 hours to get it. Sanitation is still almost non-existent. Portable toilet seats are being passed out to cover any hole available. Swiss engineers try to punch holes for latrines in the lava beds. But only 2,000 have been dug. They still need 60,000. Small volunteer medical teams treat as many as 2,500 patients daily. The death rate is down. Still, cholera, dysentery, and malnutrition take 500 lives a day. This morning, doctors lost this baby.
Today's been a bad day. It's been my 10th day straight. And I thought I was going fine this afternoon. I just became irritable, and I know tomorrow I'm going to have a day off. I've had enough.
Among the overworked aid workers are 530 American servicemen and women. No one has told them when they will be going home, but some could be staying as long as a year. The UN says while 110,000 refugees have gone home, the defeated Rwandan soldiers are intimidating others to stay. Close to 1 million refugees remain behind, living in an atmosphere of fear and desperation. Keith Miller, NBC News, Kibumba Refugee Camp, Zaire.
And NBC News now has confirmed that Cuban President Fidel Castro will address his nation tonight after 11 o'clock Eastern Time. It will be Castro's first public comments since the riots last Friday, which he blamed on the United States. When Nightly News continues, the Easy Riders invade South Dakota.
Tonight, get creative at Red Lobster. Create your own shrimp dinner, just $9.99.
Choose any 3 kinds of shrimp you love best, like succulent grilled shrimp, tender fried shrimp, savory scampi.
Or try something different,
like luscious honey barbecue or tangy lemon pepper shrimp. Choose any 3 and create your own shrimp dinner, just $9.99. Only for a limited time, so hurry in now.
And create your own shrimp dinner at Red Lobster.
Mommy, tell the bad dream. Warms my soul. Yes, it's cold.
Who ever heard of a cold cereal that made you feel warm all over? Quaker Honey Nut Toasted Oatmeal. Honey and almonds.
Warms my soul.
And crunchy little oatmeal oats on top.
Quaker
Toasted Oatmeal. It's cold,
but it warms my soul.
Announcing a great way to get away from it all, including high monthly payments in the new Eldorado. Because for a limited time, the Eldorado, with its 270 horsepower Northstar system, is only $399 a month for 24 months with $2,500 down. The Cadillac Eldorado. See your Cadillac dealer now, before this special offer dashes by.
Everybody needs some money sometime. Everybody needs some cash somehow.
Hello? Rita.
It's midnight.
I need $500. Now.
I'll call Western Union.
Just call 1-800-CALL-CASH, and you can send money from home.
My sometimes is now.
Western Union.
Oh, yes.
The fastest way to send money worldwide.
Next week on Today, the latest on the healthcare debate.
Also, summer movie hits and misses, plus Lynn Berman's wacky world of sports. So join us next week.
And see what a difference today makes.
Sturgis is a small town in the Black Hills of South Dakota, and if you're someone who prefers 4 wheels and a quiet ride to 2 wheels and sound effects, you may never have heard of Sturgis. But if you're into big iron, Sturgis is for you what Paris is for romantics. Life itself. NBC's Roger O'Neill in Harley Heaven.
It wasn't exactly a normal wedding, but then normal isn't a word used very often during Bike Week in Sturgis.
I'm on vacation, yeah! God, I made a wrong turn on the Pacific! How big is this island?
Ow! That's some kind of wild stuff.
I was ready and she wasn't, so it's too bad she loses.
For 54 years, bikers have been coming here, 160,000 this week, filling every hotel room for 100 miles around. Sturgis is normally a quiet farming town of just 5,000, but every August it's the place to show off iron.
See, you ride them for 2 hours and polish them for 8.
Rena Emmerich and Don Cornella have been planning for Sturgis for a year. They're into customizing.
I just like black and a lot of chrome.
The bikes cost $13,000 apiece, and they've added $20,000 more in chrome. Emmerich and Cornella wanted to compete against others for best of show. Here, the competition is stiff, where treads of tires are polished, where a single scratch can make a difference. But when a little blind boy asked if he could sit on Rena's bike, there was no hesitating.
Oh, here's another eagle. See if you can find the beak.
That's an image motorcyclists want the world to see. No longer the rough and tumble crowd. They're company executives, accountants, managers. For many, the bike is an extension of their real personality.
I like to refer to our customers as folk artists. They're untrained designers who come up with some amazing treatments. This is like going to an outdoor art show.
Rena and Don didn't win Best of Show, but their Harleys showed a pride of ownership few other companies have been able to achieve with their customers. Roger O'Neill, NBC News, Rapid City, South Dakota.
And as for Roger O'Neill, the only thing deeper than his pipes are the pipes on his bike. That's Nightly News for Thursday. Later on Dateline NBC, did Singapore have the right idea? American parents supporting a hard line on kids. That's tonight at 10, 9 Central.
NBC News, now more than ever.
The check was in the mail. Problem was, it was returned 12 years later. The postal system. Why is service so bad? When will it get better? Get close, get answers on NBC Nightly News tomorrow.